This is محمد حمودة speaking. Today we are going to talk about style of short sentences and style of long sentences. But before that, in the previous lectures we have addressed the issues of lexical problems or problems in translation at the lexical level or semantic level, and we said that the most important problems or the most recurring problems in translation, especially in English Arabic translation, is lexical problems. And we talked about the translation of fixed expressions, idioms, and the proverbs, the translation of metaphor, the translation of culture or cultural translation, and the translation of synonyms. And all of these issues are uh, causing problems at the lexical level, such as the translation of idioms, okay, or the translation of proverbs. And we talked about the differences between idioms and proverbs, and we said that they are so similar, but the only difference is that idioms usually part of sentences, while proverbs are full sentences. Okay, now today we are going to talk about a new topic or a new area of difficulties, which is stylistic difficulties or difficulties at the stylistic level. Uh, to start with the style of short sentences, actually, we have three general styles of sentences. Long sentences, this is the first style. The second style, short sentences. And the third style is medium sentences. I mean, medium sentences, sentences with medium length. They are not so short, and they are at the same. They are not so long. They are medium, or their length is medium. Okay. Uh, Now, short sentences usually uh, the short sentences or the style of short sentences is the dominant English style, while the style of long sentences is the dominant Arabic style. I mean, the whole paragraph in Arabic may be only one sentence. We have a paragraph with 10 or 15 lines. Maybe they have only one sentence. This paragraph has only one sentence. So, long sentences or the style of long sentences is the dominant style in Arabic language. Now, in English, most of the English sentences are short, or the dominant style of uh, the English sentences is the short style or the style of short sentences. Thus, we can't write a whole paragraph in English using only one sentence. No, we usually break the long sentences into several shorter sentences. Now, to talk about short sentences, actually, in English, sometimes or most of the times, we use short sentences or we use the style of short sentences to achieve a certain purpose. So, in translation, this stylistic feature or this stylistic value of the short sentences should be reflected in our translated version. So, the short sentences are recommended to be translated as short sentences. Why? Because only one main reason, which is to keep the stylistic value of the source text. Look at the first example. The police heard a little noise inside the bank. Okay. The robber noticed that. He wanted to escape. The police chased him. As you see, this is all of these sentences or this short paragraph consists of several short sentences. The first sentence, the second, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Eight sentences. This only a paragraph with the three lines consisting of eight short sentences. Okay, so as you see, this paragraph seems to be a story, and the short sentences indicate the continuity of the action. I mean the action, the fasting, the actions are happening very fast continuously. Okay, so يعني الأحداث تبدو أنها تحدث بشكل متسارع ورا بعض مباشرة. This is the style of short sentences. Okay, to keep this stylistic value, we should render this paragraph into short sentences. So, sentence by sentence. Short sentence should be translated as a short sentence only to keep the stylistic value of the original text. The original text, which is the English one here, this police heard a little noise inside the bank. The style indicates the continuity of the actions. In other words, the actions are happening rapidly. uh, okay وراء بعض مباشرة وبسرعة بحطه. طيب, look at our translation. سمعت الشرطة جلبة خفيفة داخل المصرف. لاحظ اللص ذلك، أراد أن يهرب، طاردته الشرطة. لاحظ المرة المشهد، صاح أحدهم باللص، قام آخر بسد طريقه. حينئذ وصلت الشرطة واعتقلته. As you see, all this paragraph consisting of several short sentences, and it seems that we do not have any cohesive devices in English. ما في عندي روابط ما بين الجمل. بلاحظ سمعت الشرطة جلبة خفيفة داخل المصرف. فول ستوب. لاحظ اللص ذلك. فول ستوب. ما بلاحظ إنه في روابط بينهم. There is no cohesive devices, no connectors. Okay. And this reflects the continuity and the follow-up of the events stage by stage. يعني هذا بعكس سرعة أو تسارع الأحداث وراء تسارع حدوث الأحداث بشكل متتالي وراء بعض. وبالتالي to reflect this stylistic value and to reflect this stylistic feature, which is the continuity or the rapid continuity of the actions, or the actions are happening rapidly and continuously. So to reflect this stylistic value, we are recommended to not use the cohesive devices, and we are recommended to use the style of short sentences, or to keep the style of short sentences. Okay. Look at the second example. Middle age is a time of despair. This is a very short sentence. Few men like themselves when they are 50. This is another short sentence. The young are engaged with their own images. The old are wrapped in selfhood. Only a middle aged man dislikes what he sees in the mirror. He sees failure and he knows he has to live with it. Young men hope because they are there. Only men forgive themselves because they must. But a middle aged man knows neither hope nor reconciliation. He knows only the burden of responsibilities. He is responsible for the life he has made. He can't plead excuses or look for sympathy. Okay, as you see, um, this sent or this paragraph seems to have or to introduce wisdoms or to introduce a group of wisdoms in the form of short sentences. So it is not the actions are not we don't have actions which are happening rapidly in this paragraph, but we have short sentences, and every sentence reflects or holds a wisdom. Okay, so to keep the hidden force, I mean the personal and emotional forces, we should use or we should maintain the style of long sentences, the style of short sentences. But if we connect these sentences and translating them into long sentences, the stylistic value of this paragraph will be lost. I mean, the wisdoms or the degree of wisdoms included in these sentences or in these short sentences will be reduced. Okay, so it is better to maintain the same level of wisdoms, the same emotive force of these wisdoms. Thus, we can use short sentences. Okay, as سن الكهولة مرحلة يأس. قلة من الناس يحبون أنفسهم حينما يبلغون الخمسين. فالشباب منشغلون بصورهم الخاصة بهم، والكبار غارقون في حب الذات. أوكي، يعني بتكملوها عادي، ما فيها أي مشكلة. As you see, we reflect or we maintain the style of short sentences because we want to maintain the emotive force of these wisdoms. Okay, as you notice, سن الكهولة مرحلة يأس. Short sentence. قلة من الناس يحبون أنفسهم عندما يبلغون الخمسين. Also it is a middle sentence, a medium sentence. فالشباب منشغلون بصورهم الخاصة بهم. Short sentence. الكبار غارقون في حب الذات. Also a short sentence. Okay. Now to reach the style of long sentences. At the beginning of our lecture, I said that the Arabic style seems, or the Arabic language seems to use long sentences. So the dominant style in Arabic is the style of long sentences, while the dominant style of English is the style of short sentences. And I said that one Arabic paragraph can only include one sentence from the very beginning till the end. 10 pages, or I mean 10 lines, or 5 lines, or even 15 lines. It is a whole paragraph, and this paragraph may contain only one sentence. Okay, one long sentence. Now, also, as we said, as the short style or as the style of short sentences, it is used for a purpose or to indicate a purpose. At the same time, the style of long sentences is used to reflect several reasons and to reflect several values, uh, such as the strong unity of the topic. Sometimes the whole paragraph is is talking about a topic, and all of these sentences are strongly related to each other, and all of them are related to one topic. Though all of them are revolving around one central topic. Okay, so in this way, it is better to use the style of long sentences to keep the unity and the connectedness of this idea, of these sentences. I mean, to keep the same value, or to keep or to reflect a high value of unity, a high degree of unity and connectedness. We can use the style of long sentences. The second reason is a reflection of a boring subject matter, or emphasis or non-emphasis of a subject. Sometimes if we emphasize a topic, we can use a long sentence. uh, all of these ideas introduced in this long sentence are related to one another, or are related to a central idea. So we can emphasize these information by using the style of long sentences. Um, Portrayal of a scene of some kind, or avoidance of any shade of ambiguity. Sometimes we want to avoid ambiguity. In this way, we use long sentences and so on. Okay, read the first sentence. In an attempt to help his ill mother. This is the subject of the sentence. Who needed an operation in a specialized hospital in London. هذه جملة اعتراضية, which was quite expensive and demanded money to be paid in advance. Also another أيضا جملة اعتراضية أخرى. The boy. أي إجينا للفاعل. يعني أنا عندي جملة ابتدائية, introductory sentence or introductory phrase, which is in an attempt to help his mother. بعدها عندي أنا جملة اعتراضية, بعدها إجاني الفاعل. طيب هل إنه إجاني بعد الفاعل فعل على طول؟ بقول لا, أنا ما زلت في نفس الجملة. شايفين كيف؟ إجاني بعد الفاعل جملة اعتراضية أخرى. who was still very young and inexperienced. Now the verb is coming. Worked in a mechanical workshop day and night to earn as much money as he could and as quickly as possible. Okay, so 1 to 4 lines. This is a short paragraph consisting of 4 lines and only one sentence. Okay, as you see, all of these sentences are related to each other. Uh, uh, okay, so it is better to render this sentence as a long sentence into Arabic, because we need to reflect or to maintain the same stylistic value, which is all of these ideas or all of these phrases are related to one central idea, and these phrases are strongly related to a specific central idea. So it is better to not to split them into short sentences, but to maintain the same degree of connectedness and relatedness. It is better to render them as a long sentence. في محاولة لمساعدة أمه المريضة التي كانت بحاجة إلى عملية في مستشفى متخصص في لندن، والذي كان باهظا جدا وطلب دفع النقود مقدما، عمل الصبي الذي as you see. أوكي. طيب نجي the second example. The recent fall in the number of applications for our degree courses. This is the first sentence. هاي الجملة الأولى. نيجي للي بعدها. Though not very surprising in view of the diminished glamour of university life and the natural anxiety of young people about the prospects of employment at the conclusion of their studies. هذه كلها interpretive clause، يعني جملة اعتراضية، هيها interpretive clause. طيب إيش هذا الهدف من هذه الجملة؟ it is related to the idea, or it is strongly related to the first phrase. Okay, which is the subject. هينا خلصنا. إجانا الفعل is disturbing هيها. كل هذا فاعل. جملة اعتراضية إجتني، والجملة الاعتراضية طويلة حوالي سطرين. بعدين إجاني الفاعل is disturbing because it implies. طيب أنا لما ترجمتها بلاحظ إن أنا استخدمت الهبوط، إن الهبوط الحديث في عدد طلبات الانتساب للتخصصات الأدبية، مع أنه غير مفاجئ بالنظر لانحصار بريق الحياة الجامعية والقلق الطبيعي عند الشباب عن آفاق العمل المستقبلية حين إنهاؤهم دراستهم. هذا الهبوط. طيب هنا الآن أنا كررت الهبوط مرتين، في حين in the original sentence هيو أنا عندي أنا هنا عندي it implies the reduction. أوكي، وبالتالي أنا استخدمت الهبوط مرتين to create the cohesion or to make the sentence cohesive. Okay. Okay. Now this is the last example is a legal example, or this example is taken from a legal context. A deduction of tax may be claimed in respect of any person whom the individual maintains at his own expense and who is a relative of his wife. And as you see here, it is a very long sentence. Usually, legal sentences or legal texts usually have powerful language, or they are or they hold powerful ideas to do or not to do. usually يعني we have authority، أنا حيكون عندي سلطة وعندي قوة في هذا النص القانوني، وبالتالي أنا دائما بستخدم the style of long sentences because we need to reflect the authority included in these sentences or in these texts. So it is better to maintain the same stylistic value and render it as long sentence. Okay, this is the end of this lecture. I hope you get a lot of benefits. To summarize our lecture, or the most important information is that English usually seems to use short sentences, while Arabic seems to use long sentences. But in translation, it is better to maintain the same style included in the original uh, text. Why? Because we need to maintain the stylistic value, since the short sentences usually are used to indicate or to reflect specific purposes, and the long sentences are the same. To keep these values or the stylistic values of these texts, we should maintain the same style, either short sentences or long sentences. That's the end. Thank you very much.